Hey family, welcome back. Welcome back. Happy Saturday. Let us know in the comments, you guys, how many of you are tired of telling your friends and your family to prepare? I'm hearing it a lot now, and a lot of people are actually saying that they actually give up and they're actually distancing themselves away from these family members and these friends because when the time comes, they don't want to see them go through the struggle and they also don't want to help them. So let us know how you feel about that. So we're going to jump right into today's videos into our usual Saturday news, comments, and reports. This is Shauna, and I'm checking in over here at Moments with Us. So let's jump right into today's video, and hopefully you all are doing well. All right, so the main reason why I asked you all how many of you are tired of telling your friends and family to prepare is because I was a part of this feed during the week and I wanted to share with you all of the comments. Well, some of the comments that was said. So someone mentioned, I've gotten somewhat exhausted and numb to the comments I hear and read about food items missing, shortages, limits of purchase. Oh, he forgot to order for the restaurant. Oh, it's only in the eastern U.S. They're saying the shortages. It says folks would be wise to start doing some homework as to Agenda 2030 in the World Economic Forum goals. It's well published videos, articles, actions. They are succeeding. Making excuses and pretending famine isn't possible is not helping. Famine doesn't happen in one day, it's incremental, which I have to agree. Let us know how you feel about that in the comments down below. Yes, it doesn't just happen, boom, like that, and everything is wiped out. It happens over time. So things that we actually see that's been happening over time is definitely something that a lot of people should be paying attention to. Like, well, it's odd that, you know, the pandemic did happen. When they did come out with these, these jabs and, people are actually dropping, like flies. Um, and then we hit with the shortages and all of a sudden, the inflation and people can't even afford to live. What's really going on? It goes so much further than the things I just mentioned, but it's going to take, it shouldn't even take a lot for people to even wake up at this point. So I can't even say it's going to take a lot for people to wake up. You know, some people possibly will not wake up until it actually happens. And if it takes them to get to the year of 2030, then hey, sorry it'll be too late. But right now, speaking of the year 2030, you still have time. We're in 2023 right now. So to slowly prepare yourselves up into the year of 30 for you to get everything that you need. Or just take the time and you enjoy yourself. You enjoy yourself. Enjoy life. Because one thing I will not stop doing is living life and enjoying life, regardless of everything that's happening. But totally up to the next person. And honestly, you cannot be more prepared if you're not mentally prepared. You have to be mentally prepared. Let's go on to the next comment. This person says some people just live day to day and have their head in the sand. And yes, I do agree. Famine just does not happen one day. It's a steady line leading to it. And we're on that steady line. How many of you can agree with that? I know I always say they are sticking to the agenda, and it's so true. We are on that steady line. It's like a road that we're all just going up, and it doesn't matter who you are. We're all on this same road, whether you know what's happening, know what's going on, or don't know anything. We're all on the same road because they are still sticking to the agenda and they are doing this more publicly. I can't stress it enough. They are doing things publicly, guys. So if you cannot wake the next person up and let them know what's going on and they can't see it, Honestly, I will leave it exactly where it's at. This is not their journey, it's yours. So the next person jumps in and they say, I couldn't agree with you more. Both sides of our family think we are crazy, but I see trouble ahead and I'm getting ready for it. Thankfully, my partner is fully on board too. I feel sorry for those who refuse to see past today and think about some. What if it's for tomorrow? What if? If you have if you have a partner that does not support you when it comes down to prepping or stockpiling or grabbing a little extra, let us know in the comments down below. If you have that partner that still does not realize everything that's going on and they do turn their head to things, let us also know in the comments down below and let us know how you're dealing with it. Are you just going on not mentioning it to them anymore and just, doing what you do because you're still going to prepare for you and your family, right? Regardless whether your partner is taken into this stuff or not, you're still going to prepare for you and your family. But let us know if you are currently facing those situations as of now. I will let you guys know about my situation a little bit into the video. All right, so someone else says the WEF has their plan on their website and on their YouTube channel. At this point, if people don't want to pay attention and act accordingly, then they are just being intentionally ignorant. You are not wrong. Basically, they're saying you're not wrong when the time comes and you refuse these same people at your door. That's what they're saying. If you're going to be intentionally ignorant while you're being warned, when you need the help, do not come to me. That's what this person is practically saying. Someone else come in and share. We might not be stocking up on the expensive organic stuff like some, but at least we will be eating. And honestly, I believe that's the only thing that matters. If you can't afford the crazy organic stuff, do what you can. And that's the purpose. You're going to do what you can. You're going to get what you can afford. This is about you and yours. You don't have to go on and try to go broke following the next person, especially these big YouTube people. They got money. It's not like they're the average working families who are working maybe, let's say, an underpaid job, or maybe some who's actually on government assistance, or like if you can relate, then but a lot of people cannot afford some of that crazy stuff. Maybe it might be more healthy for you, but you're going to stock up accordingly and whatever you can fit into your budget. Long as you have your staples, I always say this, long as you have your staples, you should be good. So someone else jump in and says, it's worse than I'm not caring. They deliberately want to get rid of most of the world's population. Check out the Georgia Guidestones and their population goals. I think it was about 13 out of 14 people needed to be gone with those numbers. All right, so someone else come in and we're talking about the year 2030. I've been banging on about Agenda 2030 for the last 3 years, but folks simply don't want to know. It's easier for them to stick their head in the sand or say, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I've given up with them. But I've progressed with my tinfoil skills, which is a bonus. You put your little tinfoil you had on. But seriously, it's there in black and white for all to read. The future isn't rosy. We have to stand up to them and fight back. And the only issue with fighting back is it's so many of us and so little of them. Though it's so many of us, it's not a lot of people that believe what's happening. It's not enough people, actually, it's still too many people that trust in them, So honestly, how do you guys feel about fighting back? Where do you start? Where do you begin? How would it turn out if we was to actually stick up for ourselves here in America and fight back? How would that work out? Because honestly, like I said, when it comes down to the numbers, there's so many of us citizens, people of the United States, um, versus how many of them it is. But it's just not enough people who actually believe. It's so many people that's just naive. It's like we just don't stand a chance. I don't know. That's just how I personally feel. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you are new here and you're still here for this video, please go ahead and press the subscribe button. It definitely help us out. And of course, please don't forget to like the video. And if you've been here before, thank you, thank you, thank you for still coming back. Let's go ahead to the next comment. Someone else states, it's like the frog in the water on a stove. It starts warming up and he gets used to the warmth until he ends up boiling because he was so used to it by then. And you know what? That's part of the plan. Get you used to the things that's going on. So when the time comes, all you have to do is hit the switch and boom, that is it. Because you already are becoming adapted to the changes. Over time, you become adapted to something. That's just how it is. You become adapted to things as time goes on. Unfortunately, that's just how it works. I'm not going to say you're comfortable, but you're definitely adapting. And you know what? That's just what it is. They're adapting to paying the higher prices. They are adapting to seeing the shelves look the way they look. And to the point they're like, well, we don't see nothing wrong. It's actually normal now. When indeed, it's actually not. It's not normal for the stuff that's going on. It's really not. Is it becoming a part of the new norm? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that because this stuff is still just being created and it's definitely more to come. So is there really a new norm as of yet? Or is it just about really adapting, as this person said? All right, so the next person says, all of my family now realizes one doesn't have any hours at work to cover rent after being out sick. The other is having his car taken because they need to pay for housing and food when his wife had, when his wife had it. My granddaughter was crying when she asked for help with food because their gas and electric went up. Gas and electric here in New Jersey as well went out the roof, y'all. This person says, at this point, we are all trying to help each other. I help when I can. No more heads in the sand. You know what? And this comment here says it all. But I'm glad that this person family actually now do realize, especially with prices still rising. It's not just in food, it's in things like your normal bills. Like this person said, the electric and gas. I've noticed it too here in New Jersey. I'm saying like we use typically about the same amount. Well, we use less electricity, than anything, but usually our gas and electric is not as much as it is. We use the same amount. We don't really touch the thermostat. And if it's warm, we turn the thing off. And our gas and electric have been extremely high. It's combined in one bill, but it's been extremely high this year. And it's crazy. I see it. I can feel it. I can feel that day. I'm not going to even say it's a pinch, that we have to, now pay. It's not even a pinch more. They are taking their whole hand and just grabbing this money away from us. Like, yeah, you're going to pay this because you want this. You need it, right? You want it and you need it. So you're going to come on and cough it up, basically. When I say $400 for gas and electric when it was just two something a year ago, not even a year, maybe like 2 years ago. And then slowly it increased, the next year. But this year, gas and electric is through the roof. It's through the roof this year. It's ridiculous. But let's go on. I think it's one more comment or something here. Now, we were discussing a little bit in the beginning of the video if you have a partner that does not believe anything that's happening, does not care for preparing, does not care for stocking up, and think that you're just totally crazy. This is what one person is definitely saying. They're saying, preach it. My husband is one of these people that think it won't happen. I just keep on prepping and putting up more food. He may thank me one day when we are eating food that I can't versus a government ration MRE. And yes, he is in this group too. So he sees the info but chooses to not believe it. So I do love one of these groups when we have discussions over on Facebook. Um because they're so honest, they're so honest. Um but yes, down to the point. I have a partner who as well. He knows something is up. But when it comes down to the food shortages and stuff like that, he walk into a store, he see 1 aisle or 2 aisles full, even if it's just junk food. It doesn't matter. He said, "Well, what are you talking about? There's no food shortages. What are you talking about?" And he looking at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, well, you're not looking at the items that I'm looking at. You're not looking at the pasta. You're not looking at the rice. You're not looking at the flour. You're not looking at the sugar. You're not looking at the oil. You're not looking at, other things that we actually need instead of, we're not looking at the junk food and stuff. And I can't say meat. He sent me some pictures. I'm going to go ahead and share it with you guys because he did happen to go to the other Walmart um over in Linden, New Jersey, and they were actually stacked with meat. But as far as anything else, I don't know because he only sent me pictures of the meat. But I think when you are a couple, when you have that significant other, if you're the only one that's out there doing the shopping and you're the only one that's actually home doing maybe the cooking, the cleaning or whatever, and you know the things that's needed every single day, then you would be the one who see the effects, or feel the effects of everything that's going on, especially when you're hitting up these stores and you noticing that the thing that you've been buying for 10 years is no longer available, or the thing that you was buying for 10 years has skyrocketed in price than it did you know, than it did in the past 10 years over this last year. Like all of a sudden it just shot up. Or this certain thing that you've been buying is no longer working the way that it used to work. Let me go ahead and share these pictures with you guys that he did send me.
Shit, back. That's the leak to it, man. I'm about to get up. Call wrestling.
No, she want to tell a doctor appointment right now.
Doctor appointment right after. She coming to look at it.
This a little empty, but I ain't about nothing like.
They still got more fries though. It'll be packed.
All right, so that was the clip there. And I have to admit, I've been to this Walmart as well, and they are typically fuller than my local Walmart. Typically, they are fuller, but yet they are also higher price. This is the Walmart that I went to, and I got a lot of comments like, oh, that Walmart look a little bougie, and I'm not going to say it is and it ain't, but they are a higher price. I'm going to shop where I know I'm going to get the most for my money. And another reason why some of those shelves look fuller, they probably actually received the shipment. And it's unnecessary items that I don't plan to stock up on. The only shortage that they did see is with the frozen French fries, tots and things like that. But it's been shortages on those type of items for a while now. Stacked with meat. I'm going to share that real quick and then we're going to end this video. All right, I'm going to have to just turn the volume down when it comes to this part of the video because it's a potty mouth alert. So we're just going to go ahead and turn the volume down. But yes, they are actually stocked with meat. Don't mind his shakiness. He is not used to recording at all. But yes, they are stacked with chicken. They are stacked. I mean, stacked, 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 and stacked. I might have to take a trip if I want to spend an extra few dollars. But it's gonna come down to this. If you want it, you're gonna have to, for one, travel, and for two, be willing to pay the extra bucks. And with all these other Walmarts that's closing down, who really knows? But I want to thank him also for sharing these videos with us so you guys can get a chance to see what's happening in some other parts of New Jersey. That was Linden, New Jersey. We have been there. We have did some walkthroughs, and my walkthroughs did not look like how stacked it was with that meat there. But I just wanted to quickly share with you guys. But yes, he's very naive with the shortages. He's not here when we're not on the same page. But guess what? I'm still gonna continue to do what I do while I can do it. And that's that. Thank you all for tuning in. I was glad to share today's video with you all. Hopefully you all enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please consider joining the family by pressing the subscribe button. And you can also press the notification bell so you would not miss an upload. The numbers over here on YouTube have just been crazy lately. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm trying to get my channel back into the algorithm, but yeah, I'm really not sure what's going on. But I do thank all of you who do still come back every single upload. I appreciate you all. We're going to go ahead and check out. We're going to have another actual news, comments, and reports because I want to dig into some of the comments and I want your voices or messages shown on screen. But I really wanted to share this thread today because it shared a lot of important information, and I personally related to a lot of things in this video today, and I know some of you actually did too. So thank you all for tuning in. This is Shauna, and now I'm officially checking out from Moments with Us. Make sure that you all stay prepped, stay blessed, stay safe, and most of all, remain beautiful queens and kings.